Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is one thing that Raila Amolo Odinga said. He made it very clear, and it seems like Rigathi Gachagua did not understand up to now. Raila was very clear that he don't want to go into a handshake. In fact, he was categorical. He's not willing to shake Rigathi Gachagua's hand. But Gachagua understood the opposite. He has become too much obsessed with the issue of handshake. For Gachagua and Kimani Ichung'wah, the language they understand as of now is that William Ruto is initiating a handshake. I think Raila is very clear. He wants the server to be opened, such that Kenyans will now understand who won the election. And from there, they can decide who should continue leading them in the next 5 years. Whether they will continue with the loser who is now sitting in a Statehouse, or if they will have the rightful winner leading this country. I think that is the main goal of Azimio la Umoja, not a handshake. And today it was so much interesting. Gachagua was somewhere in Kiambu County for a church, a Pentecost or something there, where he took the Harambe money, William Ruto 2 million, Gachagua's money. Then from there, he also joined William Ruto and Mudavadi in another function to launch a road. All these activities have been happening in Mount Kenya. So Gachagua and Kimani Ichung'wah used that opportunity to send threat, warning to William Samoei Ruto. Gachagua has gone to an extent of telling William Ruto that in case he go into a handshake, then he will not be part of that handshake. Kimani Ichung'wah is also issuing threats. So first of all, I want us to go through what Gachagua is telling Ruto, just to show you how more worried Gachagua is as of now. Because Gachagua is forgetting that Raila want William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, both of them, to go at home. He don't want to share anything with them. But for him, he's believing that Raila want to share this government. And that means if Raila coming in, then Gachagua will be kicked out. Kimani Ichung'wah believe the same. He's thinking now, the same way Aden Duale suffered as a majority leader who was kicked out, he's going to suffer the same fate. So they are obsessed too much with their individual position. This is what he's saying. If there is going to be a handshake with Raila Odinga, I won't be there. Hata kuweko. Iya nakata. But then there are also other several statements that he has also issued. This is what he said also. Azimio people are reprimanding me for refusing a handshake. I am not refusing. I am employed and you have to do what your boss tells you. And they voted, and they, in bracket, voters, don't want a handshake. The question we will ask ourselves here, who are these Rigathi Gachagua's bosses? Because he does not recognize William Ruto here as his boss. The bosses Gachagua is talking about the people of Mount Kenya region. We don't know if Mount Kenya are the ones telling Gachagua this, but it's propagating his own views. Another statement here. He is now pleading William Ruto. This is what he's saying. President Ruto, please work. These people who are demonstrating, leave them to me. We don't want you to be disturbed. Let them go and talk to Kimani Ichung'wah. Now, here he's talking about the issue that Raila Odinga raised when they said that they're going to form a bipartisan meeting or committee that is going to take care of the all interest that Azimio has been raising out. Remember, they're going to form a committee. Kenya Kwanza 7 member, Azimio 7 member. Now, Gachagua is suggesting that Kimani Ichung'wah should be part of that committee. And he has given Kimani Ichung'wah a clear agenda on what he should be pushing for in that committee. That committee needs people who are not going to align on a side. They just need to have what Raila is referring to as a national accord. And you know, a national accord is a process that is not controlled by one person. Not William Ruto, not Raila Odinga, but equal people. That means there is no superior in that conversation. That is what Raila Odinga is looking for. But for this one, they want to bring people who have already strict instructions from the perspective of Rigathi Gachagua. Now, this one is also ridiculous. Mr. President, we want to assure you that as Mount Kenya people, when we love, we don't hide. We decided that we will stick with you for 10 years. Whatever comes our way, no matter the temptation and the state of the economy. Once we've decided, we don't go back. Just mark one word here. No matter the state of the economy. According to Gachagua, whether the economy is working or not, whether the president is getting it wrong or right, he's believing that the people of Mount Kenya region are going to stick with Ruto. They will not change. They will not go anywhere. That is a position they have taken. I think this is ridiculous. This is mocking the people of Mount Kenya region. You cannot tell people that you will sleep hungry just because Gachagua loves William Ruto and is pushing for his own personal interest, so everyone has to align in that side. So having read such statement, people should learn here something. They have a wrong person in the office. Just imagine how many contracts, for example, those people who are selling their rice. Uhuru gave a contract to the farmers from where irrigation scheme to sell their rice to government institution. When Ruto came, he removed that privilege. So the farmers don't have market for their rice. But Gachagua is telling them, even if your economy in your village, in your house, in your kitchen is not working, we will still just have to love William Ruto and vote in that direction. Sijui ni wangapi wanakubaliana na Rigathi Gachagua. If the people of Mount Kenya region had to hate Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, just because of small mistakes, what will stop these people from rejecting William Ruto? Because we have known the history of Mount Kenya. Most of the time, they always go on ballot to vote someone out. Their vote has been always a protest vote. So if this government is not working for them, they fail to deliver. I think Gachagua atakuwa anaonea tu hiyo kiti ya deputy president, I think kwa kioo ya mbao tu. Hata iona tena. There's no way they will come and they are going to vote a protest. They will cast a protest vote in that ballot. Now, that was Rigathi Gachagua. Listen to the statement from Kimani Ichung'wah. They said that Ruto and Gachagua are the one holding the bread to be shared. I am the one holding the knife and I am not letting it go. Sasa yeye ndiye ameshika kisu ya kukata huyo mkate na hata akubali hiyo kisu iondolewe. All these statements, imagine they are coming at a time when Raila and Ruto have initiated a dialogue. They say it's a bipartisan dialogue. I don't know if really this is a bipartisan one. Then look at the leadership that Gachagua is trying to show. Look at the kind of leadership and the council that Kimani Ichung'wah, who is the majority in the National Assembly, is trying to show. So you tell me from your own perspective, do these people support the ideas of William Ruto and Raila Odinga to agree to come to a table and talk through their appointed leadership? Gachagua is against that committee. Kimani Ichung'wah is so much bitter about that direction. They don't want it. So it tells you that they are trying to create a division already in Kenya Kwanza. The question is, will Ruto succeed? Kama hakuna dialogue, watu wanarudi wapi? Kwa maandamano. If the dialogue is not achieving the intended goal, watu wanarudi kwa maandamano. So Ruto has to make a decision between embracing this bipartisan dialogue or succumbing to Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah threats. And that means taking people back to the street. So he should ask himself another question. Will Kimani Ichung'wah and Rigathi Gachagua help him to remove the people from the street? Do they have the ability to remove the people from the street? The answer is no. Gachagua was riding on William Ruto, no matter whichever deputy that Ruto was going to take from Mount Kenya region. Already those who had decided that they're supporting William Ruto had made that decision long time ago. In fact, Gachagua was not the best. Many people were believing in Kithure Kindiki, including even Ichung'wah, did not believe in Gachagua. That means Gachagua can be replaced anytime. So any kind of threat Gachagua is issuing to William Ruto, they cannot hold. Because Gachagua is not holding to Mount Kenya region votes. He is not. There's still a struggle between William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta. Those are the people who are holding to the votes from Mount Kenya. So for Gachagua, we are seeing a person who is struggling to try and control the mountain votes. Kimani Ichung'wah is so worried and is so much scared of losing his position. And you see, once you start having leaders who are telling the electorate that whether this government is going to work or not, we are going to stick with it. Look at that leader very carefully. Then you tell me, does he have the interest of the people in the hands? It is high time people of Mount Kenya region should now come in their numbers to demonstrate against the kind of leadership Gachagua is offering to them. He's telling them, even if economy will not work, we have to stay here. Kwani Kenya sio a democratic country? Watu wako mpaka na uwezo wa kuandamana mpaka watoe kiongozi ambaye amekataa kutimiza ahadi zake na mwenye anadhulumu wananchi wa kawaida. Even if you are elected through the ballot, people can remove you from that power. But then these people have to understand that Raila wanted the server to be opened. Before Gachagua will go to Mount Kenya and make threat to William Ruto, he should know that Raila is saying that server should be opened. What he should be worried more about is the server, because the question will be, what is this thing that is making Raila to get much interest in opening of the server? Why is he focusing more on opening the server, but not even the handshake that they are talking about? Because they want to divert the attention from what Raila is pushing for. But Raila is determined on what he wants. So they should be even more worried when Raila talk about opening of the server. Because the reality is going to ashame these people. Even what they are holding to, they might end up missing it. Because once Kenyans will know that Ruto lost election and Raila won, Kenyans will not sit, relax, and watch William Ruto leading them. No. They are going to protest and ask Ruto to step down. So Gachagua should be worried about opening of the server, not the intimidation that is putting on William Ruto and the threats. He wants to hold William Ruto hostage. But the question is, will he succeed?